Hello and welcome to the final exercise in our confidence bundle, training your brain. Now, before you get started on this program, I want you to trust yourself. Although this might sound a little bit complicated at first, trust yourself, you can do this, and this is really going to be really powerful. So in this exercise, the part that surprises most people to learn is that they can consciously strengthen their confidence, much like they strengthen a muscle. So to strengthen your muscle, you engage it and you fire the neurons to make it contract. And each time you do this, the muscle fibers multiply and get larger and you get stronger. Similarly, whenever you think of a time when you were confident in the past, you stimulate the neural network in your brain where your confident memory resides. And each time this network is stimulated, its neurons get thicker and make stronger connections, and your confidence grows. So I can hear you thinking, how on earth does all that work? Well, neuroscience has shown that the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming these new neural pathways and connections happens throughout your life. And neuroplasticity, as it's called, allows the neurons or the nerve cells in the brain to compensate for disease, for change, and to adjust their activities in response to new stimulation and changes in the environment. And in this way, you can retrain your brain. And as I said at the beginning, trust yourself. You can do this. It's actually a lot easier than it sounds. So let's talk about the exercise. It surprises most people to learn that they can consciously just do this by doing an exercise themselves. And each time they go back in their memories and they think about how they got to here, they can remember that at some time in the past they were confident. So we can both form these new neurons in our brain no matter what age we are, and we can change how our brain connects, creating a new pattern which will enable us to be confident, even if we think that we are the way we are and we can't change that. So you can learn how to do this by engaging what may be the most powerful self-help technique to build your self-confidence. And you just need to do this exercise consistently every day. So to do this exercise, you'll need a pen and a journal book. And here is how you'll do it. I want you to sit comfortably and relax. Maybe focus on your breathing just to get you centered on the exercise that you're doing. And remember a time when you were confident. Now, it could be back in your childhood. It could be your teenage years, your adult life. It could be any time. It could be when you were doing something academic. It could be a sports activity, a hobby. It doesn't matter what you were doing, just that you were confident doing it. So a time when your actual level of confidence was high. And I want you to record your confidence memory in your journal or a place that's just dedicated to these memories. And when you think about what you're recording and what you're thinking about, I want you to really focus on the situation. So maybe even close your eyes and think about, how did you feel? What were your thoughts at the time? How were you acting? Who were you with? Really bring it alive in your memory and write as much detail as you can about the experience of being confident. Continue this until you can relive the experience of feeling that confidence, even if it's only a tinsy tiny bit. And you might find that you experienced a lot of feelings of confidence in the past, or you might struggle to find them. But as long as you were more confident than you are now, those memories are going to help you relive that experience and grow those memories. And as each time you go back in your memory each day, as long as you bring back some of the feeling of confidence that you've stimulated in that part of your brain, then you will know that this is going to work and you're going to grow in confidence. The more you stimulate it, the bigger and stronger your confidence will get. So the more detail you can remember, the more you can think about the feeling, what it felt like, the action, who you were with, what it was that made you feel confident, and you can really examine the feeling, the better. And as I've already said, trust yourself, you can do this. We can both form these new neurons in our brain, no matter what our age is, And more importantly, a lot of people who aren't confident think that they've always been this way, so this is the way they have to stay. And that isn't true. When you create this new thinking pattern, you create a different emotional response to the situation. And you can create a confident thinking and emotional response to a situation where you previously felt less confident to actually go and do it now. So for an example, networking, it may be that, like me, you've convinced yourself that you hate it, it's not for you because you're just not that confident, outgoing person. But actually, if you focused on that when you were retraining your brain, you could convince your brain and create these new neurons that would say that you're now a confident person. So commit to building either general confidence or confidence, as I've just said, for something specific like networking. If you choose general confidence, use as many diverse memories as possible in your journaling. The more diverse they are, the more different neurons, new memory pathways you will build. If you choose to just work on one specific area for confidence, like maybe public speaking or standing up for yourself, choose the most specific memories you can. So think about examples of when you've previously stood up for yourself and how that felt. So let's say you want to express an opinion more confidently in meetings. It's a common one that people bring to coaching. You can include previous examples of when you were doing it with people that you felt comfortable with, so that you can translate those feelings and neural pathways to perhaps a new experience similar, but with people that you don't know, where you feel less confident at the moment. And the key to this success is your commitment to it and how long you commit. So whether it be 10 days, 20 days, 30 days, if you leave a comment in the section below to let me know how long you're going to commit to this for, this is really important. The accountability of consistency in building these neurons. It's a bit like, you know yourself, some people make New Year's resolutions and say they're going to go to the gym, and then they don't, they go for 3 days and then they stop going and they only go once a week. This won't work if you do that. It needs to be a daily occurrence, a bit like when you change habits. You need to do it every day. I think they say if you change a habit, you've got to do it 21 times until your brain knows that it's now the norm. It's the same with this. The longer you commit to it, the better. And if you have questions, just ask in the comments. I'll be reading your comments and respond to your questions. And every few days, just share an update so you can build massive confidence with this confidence boosting technique. And if you want to learn more of these confidence techniques, I want to give the credit to Dr. T.C. North. He's an executive and leadership coach and a public speaker in Denver, Colorado, who taught me this process. So you can look him up as well. And then finally, every few days, share your progress with us so we know where you're at. And on the very last slide, I have included a little video on neuroplasticity for you, just to help you understand what process you're actually following and how fascinating it is and how it works. And periodically, after you've done it consistently for whatever number of days you commit to, record a new confidence memory, reread and remember at least 3 of the confidence memories that you've recorded before to bring back that feeling of confidence with each one. And remember, every time you're stimulating the confidence neural network with a confidence memory, it gets stronger. It's like going to the gym and strengthening the muscle. The more repetition you do, the bigger and stronger it becomes. Except here, you're working on your brain instead of your body. And gradually you will start to feel stronger and more confident with this process. And then if you click on here, you will take you to the neuroplasticity video I mentioned earlier to read. And if you want to stay accountable, then please feel free to post in the Facebook group, and then we can all support you on your journey. Okay, good luck with this process.